Hi there, in this short video, we are going to take a brief look at the newly released Conversational Custom Chat Integrations framework and a proof of concept application that integrates Telegram Messenger with ServiceNow using this framework. So let's get started. Now we all know that messaging has become the preferred way that people use to communicate with each other as well as with the businesses that they deal with. So customers also prefer messaging channel over the phone or any other communication channel. Messaging is easy to use. There is no additional training or login required to use messaging. You can easily access it on your phone. You as a customer don't need to wait long hours to get connected with an agent. Customers prefers variety of different messaging apps like WhatsApp, WeChat, Apple Business Chat, Google Chat, Telegram based on their geographic location as well as based on their preference. And finally, customers are also expecting that these businesses will deliver this messaging experience to them on the choice of the mobile application. So in Paris release, ServiceNow has introduced a conversational custom chat integrations framework to integrate with such messaging applications. This framework offers a structured way to build adapters for third-party chat applications and to seamlessly integrate these applications with ServiceNow Virtual Agent. Companies now can develop their own adapter using this framework to deliver seamless messaging experience to their end customers. The custom adapter provides a way to manage and control end users experience. It transforms incoming messages received from the chat client into a format that can be understood by virtual agent and vice versa. So what we have done here is we have built this adapter to integrate Telegram Messenger with ServiceNow using this framework. Now, as you know, Telegram is cloud-based mobile and desktop messaging app, just like WhatsApp and WeChat with extra focus on security. Now, one thing to note here is that this is not a full-blown production-ready solution. Instead, it offers a template application that you can deploy in your non-production environments. You can open the application in the studio, take a look at the source code to understand how this application is developed using the conversational framework. Here are the building blocks of this application. When a customer sends a message to Telegram bot, Telegram internally forwards that message to the ServiceNow REST endpoint. This endpoint is registered with Telegram as a webhook. This scripted REST API pushes this incoming message into a message queue. Adapter processor then picks up that message and converts it into a format that can be understood by virtual agent server. Adapter processor relies on couple of flow designer action scripts like provider attribute action script, inbound transformer action script to process the messages. Please visit product documentation to know more about the virtual agent action scripts. Similarly, for an outgoing message, adapter processor converts a message received from virtual agent server into a format that Telegram can understand. Over here also, adapter processor relies on couple of flow designer action scripts to process the messages. Once again, please take a look at the product documentation to know more about these virtual agent action scripts. Let's now see how we can install this application in your instance. Navigate to ServiceNow developer portal and visit share section on this portal where you can download projects, update sets and scripts created by other ServiceNow creators. Search for the Telegram Messenger application and download the system update set which you can import into your non-production instance. Now let's take a look at the configuration and development. The very first thing that you will need to do is to sign up for Telegram using your own phone number. Once you are signed up, the next step is to visit Telegram developer portal to register a new Telegram bot. Telegram offers a bot named BotFather to create a new bot. This BotFather, will ask set of questions and will create a new bot for you. Once you have created a new bot, you will receive an authorization token from Telegram, and we will use this authorization token in our application to communicate with Telegram. Let's now take a look at the ServiceNow site configuration. The first step is to install all prerequisite plugins. You will find list of all prerequisite plugins in the Getting Started guide. Once you have installed those plugins, please also activate Conversational Custom Chat Integration plugin, which delivers this framework. The next step is to create a messaging channel for Telegram. You can create two types of messaging channels. The first one is chat and other one is messaging. Here we will select messaging type. After that, we will create authorization tokens and message out for this application. Once that is completed, we will need to define messaging provider for Telegram, capturing different flow designer action scripts to process inbound and outbound messages. Messaging provider also captures transformation scripts for various user input controls like text, date location picker, choice picker. For simplicity in this application, we have just defined transformation scripts for text and choice picker controls. Finally, we will define messaging application that brings together or combines messaging provider and message authorizations defined in the previous steps. The detailed configuration steps are also captured in the Getting Started guide along with the screenshots. Let's now take a look at some of the components that we have developed for this application. First one is obviously the scripted REST API, which acts as an endpoint for Telegram. Telegram sends HTTP post request to this endpoint containing a JSON message. The next one is Flow Designer attribute action scripts, which are responsible for converting Telegram message into a format that virtual agent can understand. There are transformer action scripts, which transforms the message content for various user input controls. Finally, there are sender action scripts, which are responsible for sending an outbound message to Telegram. There are a few additional virtual agent action scripts which we haven't used in this application. You can visit product documentation to know more about these action scripts. The last configuration that we will need to do is to configure a webhook. Webhook provides a way for a web app to communicate in a real time. Telegram will forward the message to the registered endpoint. Additionally, we'll also capture Telegram access token that we have received from Telegram when we created a Telegram bot. We will define this access token in ServiceNow system property. You can configure webhook for Telegram by invoking set webhook API method. This API requires an endpoint URL pointing to your ServiceNow instance along with the inbound verification token that you have defined while creating message out. Upon success, you should see this message which says webhook was set. Now let's log in into the instance and take a look at this application. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a full-blown production ready application. So the demo that we will be seeing is pretty straightforward and simple. In this demo, a customer will initiate a chat with Telegram bot. Telegram will forward those messages to ServiceNow Virtual Agent, which in turn will provide an option to connect with the agent. Customers will select that option and that chat will get redirected to an online available agent. So let's get so that's the scope of this demo, and let's see the demo. Typically, a customer will use Telegram Messenger on their phone to connect with an company or organization. For the demo purposes, I'm using Telegram web messenger app. In this browser window, I have opened Telegram web messenger app and I have logged in as a customer. You can see this now support bot that we have created here, and there is this bot father bot which helps you in creating the bot. um, on the other screen over here, I have logged in as a Telegram agent. I have logged in into the workspace and I'll mark myself active or available. So this is a agent window where agent is using agent workspace. Agent is available to receive chats and messages. So let's start the conversation with this now support bot. Now what will happen is now Telegram will send this message to ServiceNow instance via webhook, and ServiceNow instance will process that incoming message, will forward that message to the adapter processor, which in turn will forward that message to virtual agent. Now this is the response that you have received from virtual agent. You can see that virtual agent has provided two options. One is to provide a feedback around virtual agent, and second one is to connect with live agent. So let's go ahead and select this option number 2, where now a customer is requesting to connect with live agent for support. Now with this option, let's now go back to the agents window. Over here now you can see that that interaction is pushed to agent via advanced work assignment. Agent can either accept this interaction or reject this interaction, and then you can see the channel is Telegram. So let's go ahead and accept this interaction. Once this interaction is accepted by agent, your customer will get notified that now agent is looking into your question and will be with you shortly. So let's start chatting with the customer. You can see this message from the agent. Agent sees this message, sees this order number. Now over here agent can open relevant workflow to check the order status, and agent can communicate that order status with the customer. Three business days is okay for me as a customer, so I'll thank that agent. So over here now agent can end the conversation, and once the conversation is completed, you will get this confirmation pop up. Let's say okay to it. And that's it. So this is how a customer can interact with the agent using Telegram messaging bot that we have developed. Now let's quickly take a look at the application. So when you will install this application, when you will import the system update set, you will see that this Telegram Messenger application is installed in your instance, and you can see this different configuration that we just talked about is available over here. So you will see this messaging channel populated. So there is a messaging channel called Telegram is created of type messaging. There is a token verification and message auth record created for this messaging channel. Now there is a possibility that this record will not be there once you import the update set, so you can go ahead and define your own tokens and message auth depending on your tokens. A messaging provider is the record which captures list of action scripts. So over here you can see the provider action script, which is a flow designer action script which is responsible for processing incoming messages. There's this sender action script which is responsible for then sending outbound messages. Over here you can see the adapter configuration as well as the identities. So if you go to the custom adapter configuration, here you can see the transformation scripts that we have defined to transform for different control types. So as I mentioned earlier, we are for the scope of this demo, for the scope of this POC application, we have defined transformation scripts only for text as well as for um, topic picker control. But you can certainly define additional transformation scripts for additional control types like date, location, etc. Let's go to the messaging provider application. If we open this record, messaging provider application combines your message auth that you have defined in the previous step, as well as the provider that you have created in the previous step. So it messaging provider application brings together this provider and message auth. So this is the configuration that you will need to do when you will deploy the update set in your instance. Now let's go back to the studio and open this application in the studio. You should be able to open this Telegram Messenger application in studio, and over here you will see all of the development components that we have developed for this application. There is a system property that captures the access token that we have received from Telegram. There are a bunch of modules that we just saw in the application. There is this scripted REST API which acts as an endpoint where Telegram sends a message HTTP post request to this endpoint whenever there is a message received by Telegram. This API is responsible for receiving that message and pushing it to the message queue. Here you will see bunch of flow designer actions. The Telegram provider attribute action is responsible for processing an incoming message and converting it into a format that can be understood by virtual agent server. There are a bunch of sender actions which are responsible for sending an outbound message to Telegram from virtual agent server. So this Telegram sender action will first convert that message into a format that can be understood by Telegram, and then it will invoke a REST API. It will invoke a Telegram endpoint to send that message to the Telegram or to the customer. There are a bunch of transformation scripts, so you will see the different transformation scripts defined for different user input controls. So there are scripts created for text as well as there are scripts defined for topic picker control. And finally, there is this connection that is created for this REST API so that this REST API can send an outbound message to Telegram. So that's the application at a high level. You can take a look at the source code to understand how to develop a adapter for third-party messaging application using this newly released framework. And that's the demo of this application. Thanks for watching the demo.